Welcome to Marchex Call Analytics Conversation Edition, a solution that provides actionable insights for converting more callers into customers. This is the High Intent Dashboard. The High Intent Dashboard is able to identify those calls featuring customers with strong inclinations to buy based on a set of predefined phrases and keywords, making it an excellent resource for tracking calls that are likely to result in a sale. Let's start with the dashboard settings box to gain understanding of how our sample business measures its high intent calls. Out of the box, the technology automatically provides a series of call signals including minimum call duration, ring count, hold time, sentiment, so on and so forth. A business then takes these signals and combines them with keywords that they know for sure are most likely to indicate a customer's inclination to buy. Next, you'll want to configure your estimated revenue impact to tie the potential dollars to be gained from converting all of these high intent calls. Then configure the data table that lives within the dashboard. With those settings intact, we're ready to now start absorbing the insights through the highly intuitive dashboard. Let's start with the KPIs at the top. Here are your total high intent calls. This is your high intent rate, which is high intent calls divided by all of the calls that have been analyzed by the system. This is your revenue impact, which we just configured in the settings box. And these are your total amount of conversations as well as the conversation rate, regardless of whether those calls were high intent or not. Here you have a visualization of your high intent call volume as well as the high intent rate. Below is where you can see all of your high intent calls by the day of the week, as well as by hour. And if you have reverse lookup enabled, you can get a geographic breakout of where your high intent calls are taking place. You can either print or download any one of these charts in a variety of formats for further sharing later on down the line. The data table below breaks out your high intent calls by dimension, which in this case, the primary dimension is location, but you can choose from a variety of other dimensions as needed. You can also select the secondary dimension that you can apply in conjunction with the primary dimension for further analysis. For example, I'm noticing that the bulk of my high intent calls are taking place on Wednesday. I'm going to click on Wednesday. You'll notice the filter box automatically populates. Let's click Update. I'm noticing that the high intent are spiking at 5 p.m. So I'm going to click on 5 p.m. and click Update to drill down further on the data. Next, I want to understand which media channel is driving these Wednesday calls at 5 p.m. So I'm going to scroll down here, click Media Channel, and then I can absorb these insights further. As I can see here, the majority of high intent calls are being driven by the Redmond location. However, we can really use more in New York, so if I'm a marketing manager, I can adjust my media mix and optimize my spend, for example, applying the same online channels that are working so well in Redmond, specifically display search and social, and applying them to an expanded advertising campaign for New York. You can adjust the date range of the high intent dashboard as needed, as well as listen to the calls on demand in the call log. Measure call success and understand when your best customers are calling with the high intent dashboard within Marchex Speech Analytics. For more information, visit marchex.com.